if she's even going to destroy Caitlin Clark long term. She's going to destroy Caitlin Clark short term.
If you've clicked on this video, it means you're also not happy with what's happening to Caitlin Clark. In this video, I'll reveal the real mindset of Coach Stephanie White, so make sure to watch until the end. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I truly need your support. Caitlin Clark just had one of her worst games ever, and honestly, the entire Fever team looked like they forgot how to play basketball. But this might not be just a bad game. It might not be about rust or chemistry either. Because now, fans are starting to dig deeper, and what they're uncovering is wild. An old quote, maybe a comment from back in the day, has resurfaced from none other than Stephanie White herself.
Yesterday, what we seen displayed out there was a rude awakening to a bunch of fans. Stephanie White's style of coaching is...
And now, everything is starting to make sense. Let's just say this isn't the first time she's done something like this to a rising star. You'll want to hear this, because what just came out? Yeah, it changes everything. Just yesterday, the Fever hit the floor again, and something felt off, again. But this time, fans weren't just frustrated, they were finished. People online were saying stuff like, "I'm never watching another Fever game. I bought tickets to see Caitlin Clark, not this garbage. We're literally being robbed." And those are real comments under the Fever's latest social media post. At the center of this whole mess, Coach Stephanie White, the same person who came in promising structure, team chemistry, and a path to winning. Instead, what she's delivered so far is confusion, tension, and, let's call it what it is, straight up sabotage. It's painfully clear now, this isn't Caitlin Clark's team anymore. It's Stephanie White's system. And if you don't fit into that system, well, too bad. So what really happened? Why are fans calling her out? Let's break down what people are calling Stephanie White's anti-Clark agenda. Here's where everything truly exploded. Because Stephanie White didn't just reveal her bias through her game plans or post-game press conferences, she revealed it months ago in a comment about Luka Dončić. And once you hear what she said, suddenly, everything about the Caitlin Clark situation starts making way too much sense. Because this isn't just a mistake, it's a pattern. Let me read the quote to you exactly. You see, the Mavericks just play differently without Luka on the floor. He's a guy who has a high usage rate. The ball is in his hands. When he's not on the floor, that ball is moving, it's popping, multiple players getting involved in the action, and everyone stepping up.
Post also includes a quote from Mavs radio announcer, "Lower usage rate from this year."
She said that about Luka, the guy who literally dragged the Mavericks to the NBA Finals. The same Luka who led the league in scoring in 2024. You can't make this stuff up. She basically said, yeah, the Mavericks are better without Luka. That's not just a cold take, that's basketball nonsense. It's like saying the Warriors are more dangerous without Steph Curry, or that the Nuggets are better off without Jokic so they can move the ball more. Come on.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, it is you can sucker punch a team once off. That's all you're going to get, though, is one off.
And here's where it becomes a problem, because this isn't just about Caitlin Clark. This is how Stephanie White thinks about basketball. It's her core philosophy. And if you're a high-usage player, if you have the ball in your hands a lot, she sees you as a problem, not the solution. She doesn't want a playmaker, she wants a system. And if you don't fit into that system, you're out. That's why even Luka wasn't safe, and that's exactly why Caitlin Clark is in danger. It's the same mindset that has Clark looking forced, rushed, and completely out of sync every time she steps on the court. She's barely touching the ball, no one's running the break with her, she has to fight for every single point. This isn't Caitlin Clark playing poorly, this is Caitlin Clark being used wrong. And the results? They're right there for all of us to see. The Fever are barely holding on at 500. Clark's shooting percentages are down. Her overall impact on the game has been limited. And who's responsible for that? Stephanie White. Because she refuses to do what any smart coach would do when given a generational talent. Put the ball in her hands and get out of the way. The facts don't lie, and nobody can argue the fact that when Luka Dončić doesn't play, the Mavericks collapse. And just like that, when Caitlin Clark is benched, the Fever fall apart. That whole myth that teams move the ball better without a star? It might work for a quarter, maybe for one game, but you do not build a championship team on unpredictability. You build it around your best player. And like it or not, Caitlin Clark is that player, just like Luka was. And somehow, Stephanie White still couldn't see it. Now, just in case you think this Luka quote was something old or taken out of context, look at what just happened last night. Caitlin Clark came back and had one of her worst games of the season. And no, it wasn't just a bad shooting night. The entire team looked awful. Why? Because nothing has changed. Same system, same stale offense, same coach, still applying that same Luka logic, walking into another game with a broken plan. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you have a big three, you need at least 2 of them to show up if you want to compete. And when it's playoff time, all 3 need to go nuclear. But the Fever? They've got a superstar being used like a role player coming off the bench. Caitlin Clark is being iced out of the offense like she's the fifth option. And that's not just bad coaching. That feels intentional. And now, the pieces start falling into place. Because guess what? Stephanie White's former coach, Carolyn Peck, is out here saying the Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber motivates me to work harder and keep bringing you valuable content.
Look, Peck joins White's staff at Vanderbilt. By the way, she ran everybody out of Vanderbilt.
Wait, what? Where do you think Stephanie White learned this upside-down view of basketball? They won a title together at Purdue. Peck joined White's coaching staff at Vanderbilt. They've been locked in together, riding this system over superstar mindset for years. And honestly, it never worked.
Does Stephanie White have an agenda? Her coaching style is influenced by her NC2A championship coach, Carolyn Peck.
Stephanie
White's time at Vanderbilt was a complete disaster. So when people ask, why does Caitlin look so uncomfortable? Why does it feel like this system is draining the life out of her game? Now you know. Stephanie White's track record tells the same story, over and over again.
All right, so that means that one of the big three's always got another big three's back. Some games, like against the Lynx.
First season, 7 wins, 23 losses. Next season, 7 wins, 24 losses. Back-to-back train wrecks. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's what's happening right now in Indiana. People keep saying, Caitlin needs to play better. When the truth is, she needs a coach who actually understands her value. Let's bring it all the way full circle. Stephanie White once said the Mavericks were better without Luka Dončić, and now she's running an offense that acts like the Fever are better without Caitlin Clark. See the pattern? This isn't about Caitlin being a rookie. It's not about adjusting to the pro level. It's not about needing more time. This is about a coach who truly believes that a superstar is less valuable than a flowing, structure-heavy offense that leads to mid-range bricks and blown layups. And that is how you ruin a generational player before she even gets the chance to shine. The fans know what's up. They always do. And no matter what the stat sheets say, they're not buying it.
Threatening to quit watching the Indiana Fever basketball. Fans is threatening to quit going to the games. And if this was to happen...
Because even if you're not some basketball analyst, you can feel it. Caitlin Clark brings fire. She brings spacing. She brings fear to every single defense the second she crosses half court. And what's the current game plan? Bench her. Ignore her. Let other players run the offense like it's 1999. You can't make this up.
Way this stuff could change is if we, the fans, voice our opinions online, in videos, and make it loud enough so the front office can hear it.
Yesterday, reduced Caitlin Clark to a role player. She turned a star into a role player. Is trying to turn Angel Reese into a star. Stephanie White is trying to turn Caitlin Clark into a role player. Let that sink in.